showtime.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
This is the Bob and Jeff Show.
You seem to know all the players in this poorly acted farce. What do they call that one?
Bob Lutz.
If you're too cheap to buy the NFL Sunday ticket, then what you do is you go to a bar.
Woohoo!
Jeff Lutz.
Go find a bar. I'm going to sit in a bar, which I'd never go to.
It's not realistic. It's crazy.
And Jason Duda. For today, anyway.
What am I supposed to do?
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Stand by for action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's a Thursday edition of the Bob and Jeff Show today. We have the three-man booth, Jason Duda, in today, back from Canada, without anything to show for it, at least to show us for it.
That's a better
we were
way.
expecting snacks and nothing.
Nothing. I had them out, but I did forget to grab them. So maybe tomorrow.
You're here tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
So maybe tomorrow.
Well, we'll see how today
Now
goes.
you're doing the thing that irritates Jeff and me the most.
What's that?
You're jumping on our teams when you don't have a team.
Yeah.
And you have the safety of ambiguity and anonymity. What's the word? Anonymity. Because you don't care. So right now you're chastising Jeff because the Guardians are down 10-1 to the Detroit Tigers, who most recently Jeff mocked on this show.
Didn't mock.
Now,
Why do you do that?
See?
Why do you do that? Why can't
What
you
did
just
I do?
Why can't you just be on it? We talked about this.
What did I do?
We talked
I
about
took a little
this
dig.
Tuesday. Just people, for whatever reason, have no desire to actually be honest. And I'm sick of it. We don't need to make things up. Just say, hey, here's what Jeff said. Jeff said in the future he doesn't think the Tigers can have a chance to contend in that
Is
division.
that mocking?
That's not mockery. That's analysis. That's forecasting. There's no mockery. It's
You
not
could-
like I
you
said,
could
this
stretch-
team sucks. I
You
can't
could
believe
stretch
it.
that into mockery, couldn't you?
No. And I'm not. And
I don't think so. If that's what he said, I mean, you could push it that direction, but I don't think that's what he said.
Well, he did make light.
No, I didn't. I said
you-
I don't think they have a chance to
You
contend.
diminish the Detroit Tigers, who are about to take 3 of 4 from you.
What place do
Would
they
you
in?
like to come back and
No, are they in fourth or are they in third, first, or second?
would you like to say anything else?
No, I made my point. You think 3 days is going to change my mind?
Why are you so angry today?
I don't like the dishonesty. I don't like his disingenuousness. I don't like the way you approach things at all.
You
It's
told
just-
me on Tuesday you were all down in the dumps, and we're on the air, and they're going to lose 5 in a row, so they'll be tied in 5 days.
Yeah, they
and they got lost, and now they're getting pumped today, so I brought it up.
Don't do that.
Well, I
you don't
brought
get
it
to
up.
bring it up. I get
Well,
to bring it
I
up.
see why you're irritated with Duda about it, but if you did go to him and say, as he attests, that the Guardians were about to embark on a little bit of a losing streak, and he simply had that reminder
was
for you
just-
today, then I don't see what I don't
Again-
see what he
again,
did wrong.
more. It's just more disingenuousness or whatever the word happens to be. Because I was kind of, just over exaggerating that time. I said we're 5 up.
Are we supposed to know that?
We'll be because I said we're 5 up. We'll be in second in 5 days. And I kind of feel that way, but it was also just kind of getting off my chest.
But if you kind of feel that way, isn't Jason within his bounds to
Bring it
see
up?
how you're doing?
No,
Well, that's
I'll let
just
you know
wrong.
how I'm doing.
Well, no, that's not how it works. You won't determine what I'm going to do or how I'm going to
Oh,
be.
I bet I do.
That's not how it works.
I bet I do.
I'll decide it, and it'll be fine.
I'm going to determine a lot of things going forward on this show.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
This
well,
is good. I like it.
there you go.
Love
And your appearances may be few and far between.
Wow.
Good.
Perfect.
You talk to Tony about that,
Oh,
and after he fires you, dude, let's go have a beer somewhere.
Well, I'll go have a beer. I like
no show then?
no show where.
You know,
On the air.
we need to have a gathering at the pump house. I've been saying it for forever, and we'll make that work here in the next couple of weeks. My life slows down. I believe your life's slowing down to some degree, isn't it?
No.
No?
Got a soccer game tonight.
Oh, you. Yeah.
I have
A soccer game tonight.
Yep.
Indoor.
No.
You got to be kidding. They're going to run those kids around outdoors.
And I'm going to be sitting there sweating.
Well, think about your son.
He's be fine. He's got water.
I don't know about this.
What?
I don't know. We have baseball games in this kind of heat, but they're not out there just running for 30 minutes.
I understand.
Your mic's off. Now you're getting on my nerves.
I understand. I've
got time the week of the 22nd. I'll have a lot of time if Duda can make something work in that week.
Let's look for that week. The week of the 22nd.
No.
Nothing?
No.
You got no evenings to.
No.
What do you got going?
I'm working.
Working where?
Everywhere.
No, I want more information. I'm not gonna.
We could do the week
where are
after.
You working in the evening.
We could work after.
You have an evening job now?
I might have one.
Tell us where.
I can't tell you where.
We want to know.
Until
You're not that interesting.
Until it's finalized, I can't say anything.
Well, you just said you're working, so that must be finalized.
That sounds pretty final.
Let's see.
Where's the job?
Well, let's see. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You're working all these days,
and you don't have the job yet. I would talk to somebody about
that. That's for the week after. That's why I said let's shoot for the week after.
You got a different job the week after?
No, I might. I don't know yet. Not sure. It should just be like a week-long thing.
A week. What are you doing? Hits?
You know what I don't like?
I can't tell you that.
People who try to create an interesting life when they don't have one.
Seriously, that week I cannot do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's all good, but to cloak it in some. Well, I got a job. I've got. I don't know if it's final yet.
I might have a gig that whole week.
Who cares?
What are you, a musician?
What about that Friday, 26th?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you anything. What, the 26th?
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday the 26th.
That might be able to work. Oh, no, can't. Well, I could go, but the wife can't.
She's not really. No offense. It's kind of a show only.
No offense. If she's not coming on the show for 5 questions, no offense, D. I love you. You've been a wonderful person. But listen.
I could do Friday the 26th.
Well, we'll plan on Friday the 26th, right after the show, 4:30, at the Pump House. I'll tell Mike Furches. I'll tell the big fella. You can tell David Michael Hahn, since you seem to have roped him into this show occasionally.
I'll text him right now, in fact.
Set it up. Set it up. Get her done. Let's go.
We'll make it happen.
We sure will.
What were we talking about? By the way, welcome in, everybody. It's almost like I forgot we were on radio there.
Yeah, for a second it was that way, wasn't it?
It's okay, though. That's why this show works. Because it sounds like we forget we're on.
What's that? We're on?
God,
we're on now.
It is so hard at times to like you. I mean,
what? What's the problem?
Oh, just
everything's great.
The nonchalance, the mystery.
Isn't the mystery great?
I got this really fascinating life.
Oh.
Too bad you guys can't know about it. It's just all about. It's like
I can't wait for the hidden secrets on Friday when we play a game. Oh, it's going to be great. But none of you are going to get the right answers because you really don't know.
Yeah, because
what does that mean?
It's Mr. I don't care. But when we start talking about you, there's never been. It's just you hole up and suddenly you care more than anything.
I'm very very quiet person. Stay to myself. Like it that way.
Well, we're on the radio.
There you go. Yeah, we are. And we're still
people want to know about you.
No, they don't. They want to know about you guys, maybe. They don't really. They don't really want to know about me.
They
know
about me.
No, they don't.
I'll go ahead and say it.
We know plenty about you already.
Why does that make you angry?
Maybe too much. What?
I need to know more.
Why does that make you angry?
Why am I angry?
Well, when I said they want to know about me, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
So I'm not angry. I'm disgusted.
You're just what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm disgusted by. Oh, they want to know about me.
You've made it your mission in life to downplay me as much as possible.
Well, somebody has to, because you don't.
Well,
Never seen an ounce of humility.
Why would my own son do that?
Well, why would you do that? Why downplay yourself if you enjoy upplaying yourself?
Well, why would I downplay myself?
Maybe if you
people like
downplayed
that.
yourself,
I
I'd
think I'm
upplay you
humble.
occasionally. You do?
Yes.
If the people who are humble don't say I'm humble,
Well, I know I'm humble,
well, then you're not humble.
and I got the ego to prove it.
Exactly.
Well,
Doesn't
I mean,
that-
I am humble.
No, you're not.
Ask Jacqueline. She's now worked for League 42 for 16 months or so. That's the word she uses most often to describe me.
What are you going to do? What are you going to trust? A guy who has seen someone professionally for a little less than a year and a half?
Not a guy. Jacqueline's a
A
woman.
person. Sorry.
Yeah, get it right.
And I was talking about you anyway, you moron. Or 41 years with a personal, professional, and everything in between. Which assessment of someone's personality would you trust?
Well, you'd have to go with the more experienced person in this case.
So you
Which
would
be the 41 years.
you would buy into what Jeff says.
I would definitely have to take
Have
into
you made-
account anything he says.
Have you made have you formed an opinion of your own
Of who?
of me?
Not really. I haven't thought about it.
God, you are.
Honestly,
What do you
thought
think
about
about?
Well,
you know what?
I don't sit
we
home
should do a
thinking,
top
boy,
10
what-
list of what Jason Duda thinks about.
Oh, I don't know if
That
you
would
could
be the
get
least
10.
interesting.
You know way you'd get to 10.
There's only 3 or
I
4.
can't tell you what I've thought. I haven't thought about anything today.
We're not shocked by that.
Like, in all honesty, I cannot sit here and say what I.
Because you were
what did I
driving
think
over
about?
today, you weren't thinking about anything.
I was listening to the radio.
But nothing
No,
goes.
I did think of. Wait, I lie. Was thinking about who I was going to put in my lineup for the fantasy today. So I apologize. I did think of that.
Do we envy Duda?
I was
Is
out-
that
No,
why?
I don't think so.
I was at work this morning. I listened to a lot of country music and didn't think
Did you?
of anything.
You didn't think about anything at work today?
What did I think about?
Last night when you were with the fan, any thoughts?
What'd you think about when you were apparently in between or on the precipice of whatever this job is you have next week? What were you thinking about
I
there?
just came up today.
Did you apply? Did you?
No, a guy gave me a call, so it just came up.
So it's a job. It's a legitimate. Is
no,
it?
it's just he needs some help
He
for a
needs
week.
some help for a week.
That's it.
Moving stuff.
It's outside stuff. That's why I don't think I'm going to do it because I just.
Well, then you
Yeah.
can get together
You
next
do-
week.
First of all, you don't know how to do anything.
No, it's the week after.
Secondly, it's going to be 1,000,000 degrees.
Exactly. So that's why I didn't say I would help
So
him
unless
out,
he wants you to lift a bunch of stuff,
which is probably going to be part of it, and I just don't think I want to do it.
well, there you
How's
go.
he going to feel when you?
So the 20
He
seconds
just
back
called
in
to ask if
the
if
week
I
of the
don't,
20 seconds.
It's not like a
back
good.
in the mix.
It's not like a good buddy or anything like that. No, the 26th is still the only day on that week I can do it.
What if one of the two of us called for your help and outside stuff?
Well, I'd come and help you.
Well, that's nice.
Well, I don't know what I'd call for help with.
Well, that's good. That's even better.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely help you then.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I have some stuff.
Yeah, but it's a long drive too to get to you.
All right, what we have today on this show, if we're still on, they may have just taken it off.
Did they axe us already?
If I was Tony Dusing, our program director, I might have just told Max, you know what, cut it.
Wow.
Just let him go. Let him go.
We've got AJ McGinnis from Wichita State basketball on at 2:25. Their summer workouts well underway for Shocker basketball. We'll talk with AJ at 2:25, and then I put out there that you may have a game today.
No, I got one for tomorrow. Fridays. I do
Tomorrow we got
Fridays.
guests, so
You have guests tomorrow?
I have 2 guests tomorrow.
Oh, well, we got lots.
We had 2 guests Tuesday and still had a game.
Yeah, we're pretty solid.
We'll figure out the game.
If not, we'll just cancel the game.
Maybe you can come up with a game.
No, I did Tuesday. If you can come up with a game,
No,
that'd
I
be
don't do
fantastic.
games.
It should be a Thursday. Should be your day. He does Tuesdays. I do Fridays.
All right, I'll do the game.
There you
Really?
go. Oh boy,
I can't wait to see what
Yeah.
you come up with.
I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. I know it.
It'll be World Series of Face-Off like.
Me against Jason?
You'll win. But
Yeah.
I'm up to the task. I'll give it a shot.
Of course I'll win.
I know.
Well, I'll pick the category.
There you go.
We'll have 5 categories.
Really?
I'm putting too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, you are. I love it.
I got a baseball practice tonight at 6.
What?
And then we're playing in a tournament this weekend down at Southwest Boys Club. We got our 11-12 kids playing in one tournament and our 13-14 in another. I'm looking forward to it. I just enjoy it. And
Well,
this is
good.
it. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. Perfect. You're set.
Yeah. So tonight, our final practice before we get underway.
Exciting stuff.
By the way, I haven't mentioned this. I lashed out at Jeff instead. Yesterday was one of the most miserable days I've ever had.
Well, what happened, I wonder?
Well, Tuesday was almost worse.
Tuesday was worse. Why would
Tuesday
be
was
worse?
awful.
What happened on Tuesday?
Just stuff. I'm going to be like you.
There. See, you go.
You don't get
That's
to
fine.
criticize him anymore then.
Right.
What do you mean?
I'm the only one who's open about stuff on this show.
Well, I'll tell you what happened yesterday. First of all, the Cardinals jumped to a 3-0 lead in Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Royals, and I'm thinking, this thing is starting to get interesting. Alec Burleson hit a 2-run homer. Andre Palante's pitching great. And about the time I thought that, the Royals rallied, beat the Cardinals in Game 1, beat the Cardinals again in Game 2, looked like the far superior team in both games, and now I'm reeling about my baseball team.
That happens. I'd be reeling too.
I'm reeling.
And they don't even play today, so you got to just live with the.
No, they don't
losing
play
the
today.
doubleheader.
And then yesterday, between games, as I'm pulling out of my driveway, there's a car parked directly across the street. And I hate that because I didn't see it, and I backed into it. And it caused a little damage on my car and a little damage on their car, so I've had to deal with all of that today on top of everything else going on. And it's just been one of those days. I will say I'm going to give a plug to Adam Clark at Design Benefits, who's my insurance agent. I believe he's yours, Jeff. And I think, is he yours?
Yeah, I work with them.
Yeah, well, you got so many jobs. Nobody can keep it straight.
Not really.
Okay?
It's tough.
I work with him. I'm moving stuff. I got this job.
It's everywhere.
We don't care.
It's never ending.
We don't care anymore.
So what happened Tuesday?
Don't worry about Tuesday. So anyway, he is fantastic to deal with. Just fantastic.
He is. He's a good guy. He knows his stuff.
I almost
It's awesome.
look forward to crashing into people so I can talk to him.
You're going to need to.
And I may decide at some point that's going to be my lot in life.
There you
It'll
go.
be demolition derby
Yeah, just
on
empty
the
cars.
streets of Wichita.
Empty cars probably, though, right?
Now run into a couple with drivers.
Okay.
Just at the back end.
More fun with the liability aspect.
Yeah, we're not gonna potentially hurt anybody, but we'll nudge them along.
Hey, go for it.
Nothing wrong with a push.
Have
here and
fun
there.
with it. How did you not see the car that was right behind you?
Why do you not? Why? Because it's behind me and I didn't see it.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Don't you have
if
a rear view?
I don't know if that worked or not. Because unlike Duda, I do think, and I may have had something else on my mind.
Might have been.
But with Duda, you wouldn't miss that.
He doesn't get in wrecks.
Because
we know that.
any alert
Knock
to
on
Duda doesn't have to combat anything else going on in his brain. So,
Huh?
exactly.
What happened? So you're all good though?
It's amazing how I go from 0 to 60 in that quick of a time.
Not really. Pretty much used to that. Kind of rolls off. Yeah.
Now I'm back to 20.
Well, it's nice to see it
Hang in there.
going through a school zone.
It's like
That's perfect.
it's like a drive around town with me. Get me on the open road, and I'll go a little faster.
So you're putting together a little all-star team. Is that what you're saying for
Already together. We've had
Southwest?
2 practices. Play tomorrow at 6, both teams, and then Saturday morning, and then depending on how those 2 games go, we'll play Sunday, and we'll play as long as we win.
Sounds great. You better go win.
Been practicing indoor?
Oh, heavens no.
Well, how come we don't do the show there anymore? Because Jeff and I would play catch?
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Is that
I
why?
don't like you guys messing with our building.
Yeah,
Literally.
by standing there and throwing a ball.
Heaven forbid we walk
Yeah, I don't
where
like
we
it.
need to go.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Fair enough.
We'll be back there in the fall on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's the plan. And then here are the other 3 days. That works.
I
All
think
right.
that's fantastic.
We'll take a break. When we return, we'll talk with AJ McGinnis from Shocker Basketball. He is our guest next. Max Power back in the East Studio, 869-1240. That's the IHOP hotline. We'll be back.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with All Trails.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
This week, AJ McGinnis joins us on the IHOP hotline. Newcomer to Wichita State basketball, expected to help in the Shockers' backcourt this year. AJ, hello again. Welcome.
Hello. How you doing?
We're doing well. It's hot out here, isn't it?
Man, it's crazy. I never experienced no heat like this for real.
I didn't think you probably had, but that's Kansas in July for you. Fortunately, most of what you're doing is indoors. How are the Shocks looking in some of these workouts right now?
Man, I think we're looking pretty great, man. We're just striving to get better every day, and we're starting to gel more the more time we spend together. So things are looking pretty good right now.
Who has kind of impressed you? Who do you enjoy playing with? Who do you feel maybe you have some early chemistry with and just like sharing the floor with so far?
Honestly, I really don't have any favorites right now because I'm just enjoying like being here, being around everybody. I feel like everybody plays good together. And spending time off the court with each other is very much important. And I think since we do that, it's just easy to play with everyone.
So you started every game last year for Lipscomb. What was that like for you, kind of being one of the guys on that team, maybe the guy on that team as far as a scoring option goes? And how do you kind of take that experience into this year with the Shockers?
I take it as a great step for me in my career. The year before I averaged 7 points, and I felt that I really needed to make a big jump that year as far as, just scoring and just being more of a leader and in order for our team to, prosper and succeed. So I just worked, and I hope to do the same thing here. So I'm just using that as momentum going forward and, just staying in the gym every day and getting better.
Talking with new Shocker guard AJ McGinnis. So the transfer portal, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Frankly, I'm an old timer, so kind of set my ways. Change isn't easy, but it's here and it's here forever. One of the challenges I would think for players who enter the transfer portal is adjusting to a new system, a new coaching staff, sometimes a new style of coaching. How's that gone? How's it working out so far with Paul Mills and his staff, and is it a big adjustment?
It's not really a big adjustment. I really love the staff here because they want the best for everyone that they coach, and so if you want to be better, they're going to push you to be better every day. And the things like offense and stuff that'll come the longer that you're in a system, like you'll start to understand a lot more on the court. But as far as off the court, is like when a coaching staff really is genuine and wants everybody to be better and wants more for the school, wants more for the people here in Wichita. It makes a huge difference, and it makes it super easy.
So we were talking earlier this week to Paul Solentrop. I think you did a podcast with him. He does work for the Wichita State Athletics website, and he said all the new guys, I think you're included in that because LeBron is your favorite athlete, but you guys all preferred LeBron over Michael Jordan. And I have a couple questions. One, what kind of do you know about Michael Jordan? Is it mostly highlight stuff? I assume that it probably is. So where does that preference come from? And also just your take now on LeBron as you see him kind of pull the strings. He gets his son drafted. He gets his podcast host as coach. Do you admire that or are you down on LeBron? Just take it from there, AJ.
So I do know about Michael Jordan. I've known about him my whole life, but it was always just footage. You get what I'm saying? So when I was younger, LeBron was like the first player I saw when I was like able to be conscious as a child. So ever since I was able to like watch basketball, I've always seen LeBron. And the things that he's done on the court throughout the years, I mean, in the past, he's had his ups and downs, but the things that he's done on and off the court throughout the years has been amazing to me. And, I just admire that because my father's somewhat like that. He loves to give back to his community. He loves to just branch out to different areas and use basketball as a, as like a home base just to connect with, he uses it. What am I trying to say? He uses it to help him instead of like just using it just like, oh, basketball, he's the greatest basketball player, this, that. But he uses it as a platform for other things, and I really admire that. And as far as him pulling the strings in the NBA and getting his son drafted, I think that's amazing because you haven't seen it done before, and it's just another thing in the history books.
AJ McGinnis, for the record, by the way, AJ, my name is Bob Lutz. The young man who asked you that question is Jeff Lutz, who happens to be my son and would be nowhere near a radio show without me. Just so you're aware. So let me ask you this. We're talking with AJ McGinnis again. Who is the most influential basketball player that you've actually met and spoken with in your life?
The most influential that I've met.
For you. Yeah, for you. Who is that one? Is there someone that you've met that's had a big influence on your basketball life?
It was early in college. It was one of my teammates. He's actually playing for the Grizzlies G League right now. He was like a big brother to me when I first got into college, and he kind of like gave me a lot of knowledge to move forward. His name is Isaiah Miller. So he's been the most influential to me because he's helped me in a lot of areas, and he understands a lot as a college athlete, and he was leaving as I was going in. So he always was there for me and always got me through tough games, tough times. So he's the most influential to me.
AJ, have you thought, you got obviously this last college year to go, what comes next for you after college? Are you looking at playing overseas? Do you think another opportunity might come along? Are you looking to get into a professional setting somewhere else? What are you majoring in and kind of what's next for you, do you think?
I haven't really thought about it too much because it is my last year. I do have ideas of what I wanted to do, but I have a bachelor's in general studies from Lipscomb, but it has heavy concentration in communications. And but I didn't go to college for what I really wanted to do because I wouldn't have enough time with basketball. I actually would like to get into architecture. when I'm done playing basketball. And as far as basketball, I want to be the best I can be for this team and this program. And if opportunities open up after that, then I would definitely look into them. But as far as when the ball stops bouncing, I would love to get into architecture.
Well, that opens up a whole new batch of questions, AJ. We're talking with AJ McGinnis. So what stoked your interest in architecture? And if that were to come, how would you go about kind of changing directions to pursue that?
So when I was in high school, I moved schools when I was going from 9th grade to 10th grade. And me and my family, we stayed in like an apartment for a small amount of time until our house was built. But we would always go look at houses. And, I was just amazed by some of the designs, like, and some of just like homes. There was like, some were huge, some were small, but like really well put together. And after doing that, after some time, I just found passion for it. I'm an artist. I like to like draw and things like that. And I've always wanted to be an engineer growing up. So I figured why not put the two together and, just get into like residential architecture and, just try to find a path in that if that's what I really love. And I've been adamant about that for the last couple of years, so it hasn't really changed. And honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna do it when I'm done, but I'll probably try to take some classes or something and just try to be around it more just to get more knowledge and figure it out then.
So, AJ, real quick before we let you go, and I think I might have asked you this question before when you've been on, but just in case I haven't, I want to know the answer. We have a guy at work at my other job at Channel 12. He's from northern Kentucky, sort of by Cincinnati, and he swears by Skyline chili. And I have family in Ohio, and I've had it before, and it's terrible. You spent some time in Cincinnati. I hope almost that you didn't try it, but if you did, give me your Skyline chili rating.
I tried it, and it reminded me of like the elementary school lunch line, with the beans and stuff. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's just not something that I would use. So I would probably give it like a 6 or a 7.
Wow. Okay.
Well, we've got a third.
I love the city.
Yes, me
We've
too.
got a third person here who doesn't have a working headset. So I'm going to ask the question. Go ahead and ask your typical question, Jason Duda, of AJ McGinnis, since we kind of broached food.
AJ, your favorite food and restaurant, and what do you order?
In Wichita.
In Wichita?
Yes.
The most consistent spot that I like to go to every now and then is I love Dino's, and I get their fish, but I get mashed potatoes and asparagus, I think.
Okay.
And I get
Dino's a good place.
I get the shrimp as the appetizer. The shrimp goes crazy there, so that's my spot.
AJ, you're a good man. We appreciate talking with you. We hope to get you on again soon. Thanks for visiting, and best of luck the rest of the summer.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
All right, AJ McGinnis. I love that kid. I mean, he's just fantastic. It was fun listening to him, wasn't it, Jeff?
It was.
Hearing everything he had to say.
I did like that, yeah.
Fantastic. I wish everybody could have heard it. All right.
I don't know if Jason lost any sleep over it.
What happened?
Oh, man.
You didn't bring us cheese.
Were we still at commercial break?
You know what? Why don't I get I got a headset right here. If Jeff would just figure out how to plug it in.
I would just figure it out.
This is you guys are better at interviews than I am anyway. So it's
yeah, but you'd like to hear it, wouldn't you?
I'm good. I'll go back and listen to it.
Yeah, I bet. Tonight when you're at the soccer game.
Actually, that's probably a good idea.
Let me
See, that's what you guys have to do. You got to go personal.
No, I said I went personal against Gene Simmons.
And me, by extension. But that's fine. That's all you guys have. Keep
What
it
are
up.
What do I got?
Are you this upset about the Guardians and losing 3
Who
or 4?
cares about the Guardians? I'm thinking about switching.
Here we
teams.
go again.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
there
care.
it is.
Who should I?
There it is.
Just what I say all
Who should
the
I
time.
start rooting for?
He's got a team that's 20 games over
And still whining.
and still upset.
That's exactly what I said Tuesday.
I think I'll be a Brewers guy.
I can't stand the Brewers. They're good, though. They keep finding good players. They bring up this pitcher. What's his name?
Tobias Myers.
Yeah. What the heck, man?
Yeah, we had him.
He's a
You
former
had him?
Guardian?
Yeah, you know who we
What?
traded for him?
Who?
Nobody.
Number 5 overall prospect, Junior Caminero, and we got 0 big league innings out of
So
Tobias.
you
Myers.
had both of them.
We had them at separate times, but yes,
But you had both of them.
Yes.
And who do you have for them now?
nobody.
Zero.
Well, that's a horrible.
It's a bad move. I know it's not you, mate.
And we just did it to get a different pitcher off the 40-man. It was a few years ago, and they traded for Myers just to boot another pitcher, a same nondescript at the time pitcher, and they gave up one of the best
As
prospects.
bad as the
in
Cardinals trade of Zach Gallen and Sandy Alcantara was for Marcelo Zuna, at least they got Marcelo Zuna. I mean, it was maybe the worst trade the Cardinals, but nothing like this.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, it's a bad one,
It happens.
real bad.
It happens.
I mean, I just awful.
Yep. We got the number 1 pick on Sunday.
And you don't trust that either.
They'll,
You're feeling enormous pressure on that.
they'll squander it, and well, whatever. Well, once in a life.
Why do you get so
once-
down on your team
Once
this
in a lifetime opportunity, and they'll take J.J. Weatherholt. He'll tear his hamstrings and never be heard from. Good job,
Have you ever
guards.
heard a guy that's more fatalistic than Jeff?
it's always the same thing every time.
Doesn't it get
Always,
tired?
this is what I said on Tuesday. It just always nothing but negative about his team.
Well, then give me something to be positive
but I
about.
want to cheer about him. I want to cheer for him, but I only talk negative about him.
And then when they do get hot and they do play well, we're supposed to be happy for them.
Well, he's going to find something wrong with them playing well.
No, I
That's the
won't.
thing. That's why I brought
Just
out
play well. That's
why
all
I
I
brought out
ask.
the ambulance
Yes,
on Tuesday.
It's pathetic.
Because it's always the same thing over and over again.
I mean, I just had to.
Why would you cheer for somebody but then be upset every time they do something?
Because it's heartbreaking. What am I
had
supposed to do?
I had to endure Rex Hudler yesterday. Who's the guy, the play-by-play guy?
Ryan Lefevre?
No, the other guy. He's about. I opened the.
Steve Stewart? I don't
he's
know.
Fine. The guy that came from Omaha.
He was a radio guy.
No, he's our TV guy. He was for this series at least. And I had to watch Salvador Perez just crank 2 home runs, and I had to watch the Royals completely outclass Cardinals.
Bet you never thought
But
you'd
I
say
admit
that.
it. I admit it.
What do you
That's good.
admit?
That's good.
That I didn't admit.
Did Detroit just outclass you?
No.
See? You can't admit.
There's no outclassing.
Is
when
10
your
to 1
team,
an outclass?
when your team
Winning
has
3 or
no
4.
class, then no, there's no outclassing. There's no.
Well, you didn't get outclassed.
We don't have any.
Did
class.
you get outplayed?
No, no.
But you lost 3 or 4 and you're getting spanked today.
Just happens.
Yeah, so you got outplayed.
I don't think so.
What happened?
How
didn't
would you?
we didn't show up. We're
Okay,
weak.
you got
We're
outplayed.
weak mentally. The manager's
Did
not.
you get out mentaled?
Probably. The manager doesn't know how to turn this around because he's never been through it, and probably won't make the playoffs. So good luck.
Well, I got to tell you, I'd get a little snicker out of that because what you're doing right now is pathetic.
It's just what it
You
is.
don't deserve to make the playoffs.
Of course I do.
With this attitude.
The attitude's terrible. Sorry, man. It's true.
I've never known anyone more deserving of a playoff appearance
Don't you kind of hope
than
now
me.
that his premonition comes true?
It might. I mean, they're 0-2 since we talked. There's a good chance.
So I was kind of right, wasn't I?
Who do you have next?
Tampa,
Well, that won't go well. Is that on the road
of course.
before the break?
We'll get smashed.
We got the Cubs coming in, and I hope we sweep them. I'm not gonna.
I hope you do too, and I hope.
I'm not gonna be down in the dumps. I hate losing to the Royals,
I hate losing.
but you pick yourselves up, you take a day off, and you come back Friday and try to play better, right, Duda?
Exactly.
You were an athlete. Did you?
You got to let it go. You got to let it go.
You probably had a losing streak in your career.
God, we had lots. You just forget it.
Did the boys gather around and do this?
No, we went and had a beer.
Right.
Shorzy cries. You should cry. Maybe you should cry a little more often.
Because he hates losing.
Show that you really care.
He hates losing.
Didn't you hate losing?
Everybody hates losing. Who doesn't hate losing?
All right.
I hate losing.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate it more than we do.
Oh, infinitely. Exponentially.
I might actually have to believe that. That might be true.
Well, you'd think he'd become so used to it.
What have I?
You'd
Yeah,
think.
because we lose so much.
Yeah, because they've never won. You don't know what true winning is. You don't know what a championship trophy being hoisted by your guys.
Neither
looks
does
like.
Duda.
Yes, he does.
When?
I've won championships in junior.
That doesn't count.
And
I
the
don't
team,
know. I think they do.
You've never ended a season on top.
No. Not yet.
Well, what does that make you?
A fan of a team that hasn't won
Does it make
the
you
World
this?
Series.
High five.
Star Trek?
This shape.
That you trying to do this?
Yeah, that shape.
What are you doing? What?
That
Why
shape.
you got your whole hand up?
I don't know. Does it make you this?
No, explain what he tried to do right there.
Nah.
He's trying to say I'm a loser by making the L, but he did the long live and prosper symbol.
That's true.
I did this.
And then he stuck his thumb out.
All right, are you this?
Is it Vader time? What are you asking
Are you
me?
this?
No, I'm not a loser. I'm a winner.
How do you
And
signal winner with your hand?
And I expect my teams to win.
Every day.
Every day.
You can't expect that.
And when they don't, you completely lose your bearing.
Give me a team that's went undefeated playing baseball or hockey.
My team back in the day, the Royals, 15-0. We had to put it on our shirts. Bob remembers.
15-0.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Give me somebody that's played more than 50 games.
So if I would have
Every
told
single one.
I would have told you that on July 11th, if I'd have told you this on March 30th, that on July 11th the Cleveland Guardians would be 57-35 and have a 4.5 game lead in the Central Division, would you have believed it?
No, I would hope we'd have been 9 or 10 up.
They're a very good home team. They're a 500 or thereabouts road team.
Pretty much.
So when you're on the road, and you've played 51 away games compared to 41 at home, which means you got a lot of home cooking coming up after the All-Star break.
Yeah, and
it'll be 54-41 after this series in Tampa.
Yeah, that's correct.
Why don't you look at that and have some hope?
I don't have hope.
You a pessimist, a dour pessimist?
Because this was going to be a big month for my team, and now all I hear is, well, the starting pitching market is a little tough, and, well, we might save money on that first pick and go with the fourth best player so we can get the 31st best player at 36. And it's just a loser's mentality. Say, hey, we're going to go get
Haven't
pitching.
you gotten used to that?
No.
But it happens
You picked
all the
this
time.
franchise. You picked this franchise. The franchise that you were born into doesn't have a loser's
Of
mentality.
course they do.
No, we don't.
You keep these guys around who don't know how to handle anything.
What do you mean?
You're happy with being average.
I'm not happy with being
The
average.
Cardinals seem to be.
No, they're not. They're trying to figure it out, I guess. I'm not happy with the current front office, but do I come on this show? I'll ask you.
Okay.
Do I come on this show and just whine incessantly about my team?
I wouldn't say incessantly, but some days you do.
Shut your mouth.
Well, you just asked me. Some days you do. Oh, the Cardinals, they're going to be terrible. This is what you said 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago. Oh, they're awful. We're going to be at the bottom. They're like 4 games out of first now.
5.5.
Well, whatever.
After
but they're right
yesterday.
there. Like, come on.
They're not.
Just stop.
They're okay.
Just
you know
stop.
what? They're okay. They're not fun to watch necessarily, but I watch because that's what I do, and baseball is a big part of my world, and that's just the way it is, and I really can't do anything about it at this point. I certainly couldn't change teams like Jeff threatens to do.
Brewers, let's go!
Which
Never.
is awful.
Who's pitching
And he
for us?
won't.
Which is awful. I've never
Cavalli's pitching for the Brewers today.
I've never
Oh,
once
good.
said
I love
that.
him. He's a former guard.
Well, all the good players are former Guardians
Exactly.
because they don't want to hold on to them. They can't
Hold on.
pay them.
Hold on to some of them.
It's a losing franchise. And all you got to do is look right up above your right shoulder
Not going to do it.
and see what the winners do.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm running out of fingers.
Yeah, there's one more, so it's actually 11.
Of course, today I picked the Brewers. They're about to get no hit. I am a loser. You had it right.
Well, there you go. Put that one, Max, on the introduction
The day
to the
I
show.
picked the Brewers.
All right, time for a break. We've got an hour left, a three-man booth with Bob Jeff and Jason Duda. Stay with us.
Speaking of baseball, the Twins are going to catch Cleveland in, 3 days?
Here you go again.
How am I whining?
Whine. The Wambulance is on its way.
What's whining about that?
Oh my God, it's so painful, these two guys. All they do is complain. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, basically.
So you're happy they're going to lose 5 in a row?
Not happy.
Well, then there's your complaint.
You know who's happy with where they're at? Losers.
Getting on the network Leesburg relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 1612 Village Market Boulevard Southeast. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Leesburg relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 1612 Village Market Boulevard Southeast to speak with Thomas and save big today.